Estate All-Stars Radio, and it's brought to you by LPT Realty. I am Melissa Fox, and we've got some real estate all-stars in the room today, starting with Ty Fan. We've got Joshua Alcindor and a man who calls himself Mike Jackson. Welcome, boys. How are we?
What's going on, Melissa? How are you?
Hey, we're doing good. So, Josh, you're new to the crew. What's going on?
Everything's going good. Just got here and.
Now, now see how he turned? He's looking at me. He's like all enamored. He's like, oh, I'm talking to Melissa Fox and Melissa Fox. But you just talking to the microphone. Maybe use your eyes and not your head to turn.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay. So we want to hear every precious pearl that falls out your face.
Okay.
All right. So tell us a little bit about how you got into real estate, Joshua Alcindor.
Well, I got into it because I'm an electrician by trade. So I was in the field, always looking at houses. And then I just wired a lot of big houses. And I see neighbors, the people I was in, and just thought, what would like to get into it, and I just started slowly looking into it, and then decided just to get licensed all of a sudden. More into the investment.
Just all of a sudden, just one day, you're like, that's it.
Yeah, I'm always
I'm
working in them. I just
real
want to
estate
find
agent.
out I know how to build them up. I just want to find out the other process. So and I actually like it.
So
anything to do with housing.
You're an electrician by trade initially. Yes. So how does that? What perspective does that give you when you're looking at homes for sale or for buying?
I can see certain stuff like the big ticket items like water heaters, ranges, AC, and I already know exactly what to look for. So somebody might think it's a big problem. I know it's a small problem because I can either do the work myself or I know somebody who can get to it. So, and easy construction, so I can probably know how to fix it or know somebody too. So it's kind of like I can see, like X-ray, I can see behind the walls in the sense of how things should be or how it should have went.
Man's got X-ray vision. He just said it. He said, I can see between the walls, behind the walls. Wow. Mike, did you know that he had X-ray vision?
I'm learning this now, so I got to make sure I'm observant.
Now, Mike, of course, is Michael Epps. I mean, Mike, you got a little bit of resemblance. You know it is. I'm not telling you anything you ain't heard. Okay. So Mike,
I've heard that before.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct.
Yes, but he's in here pimping his Magic Mike gear. So you looking forward to that first round pick? You think they got it?
I am. I know who I want, but we'll see what we do as a franchise.
Okay. Now, the reason I bring up the Orlando Magic, not because it's like threw up all over you, but well, it's okay. He's working. It looks good. But you guys got some high profile stuff that happens at the Magic games. Ty, you want to explain that?
Yeah, we do. So the beautiful thing about LPT is that we invest heavily in our realtors, and we have we throw a lot of events in the Amway Center, and where you can go in and get your photo taken on the court, and it's blue and white, and with your picture and your name all over the jumbotron screens. It's an amazing experience.
Wow. So I look up sometime in the middle of the game, it's getting a little boring. You know, the Bulls are winning, and I look, and there's your face on the big jumbotron.
Exactly. You'll see it. You'll see the LPT on that. We are heavily invested in our realtors. Yeah.
Who do I talk to? I mean,
you can call me. I'll refer you.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That's Ty Fan. Now, how do we get a hold of you if you're not? You okay?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You can reach me. Call, text 407-734-1103, or you can stalk me at social media, Ty Fan Realtor, or you can go find me on my website, TySalesFlorida.com.
Now, guys, I just want to tell you, he throws that every time, like stalk me. I think he actually enjoys being stalked. So if you're into it, ladies, guys, whatever.
I just want to know
I'm not judging.
I just want to know what it feels like to be a female.
Guys get stalked too a little bit.
Not in my world, at least.
That's a whole nother show, my friend. Whole nother show. So, Mike Jackson, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into real estate.
Yes, absolutely. So I've been doing real estate for a few years, and I came across LPT. I always am on the lookout for expanding my business and my goals. So when I saw the LPT model, I did take time to study it for like a month and a half. And I went to a couple rallies. The next thing you know, I was like, hey, this is where I need to be. It was something that I knew was for me, so I didn't look back.
Now, Mike, was your other situation not fantastic, or it just wasn't doing for you what you needed to do?
Yeah, so one thing that I've learned in real estate that I think a lot of agents do not do enough of is research the model that they're currently at and also understand the model that is out there. So what I did was at the brokerage that I was previously at, which was a great brokerage, by the way, I have nothing bad to say, but I also looked at the model that they have, and I figured, okay, since COVID came, post-COVID, there's been a lot of smaller brokerages opening, trying to jumpstart their business, and they're expanding and revolutionizing real estate. So I decided to take a leap of faith and see what else is out there. And part of that was just due because I want to grow my business. You know, I've been in the brokers I was in for 3 years, and I said, hey, I can do more. You know, I became a certified mentor. I've made a lot of accolades. Grew a big team. So I said, man, if I can do this, and mind you, I was working a full-time job while I was doing it, I figured like I can go all in and do this somewhere else that allows me to continue to grow. And LPT had everything that I was looking for. They filled in the gaps that I was seeking.
So did you kick the day job to the curb, and now this is it, 100%?
Yeah, I left corporate America in March. It was the best feeling I had because I took my daughter to school right when I left for the first day. She's in 5th grade, so I've never taken her to school. My mom does that, and when I took her, she said this was the best day of her life because it was her first time going to school with her dad.
Oh, see,
Oh, that's an amazing story right there. That's what it's all about.
And what did you do before? Opening a cook at Burger King?
If I did, I'd be the king of burgers. I was working at University of Central Florida, so at UCF.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, then. So it wasn't a bad thing, but you made your way into the business that you really wanted to be in. Have you, and just another question for Mike, have you helped out any family members or friends since you've been in the biz? Yeah,
so what's funny is one of my best friends, I helped her sell her house for the highest sold home in her block. Woohoo! And we did it on 2/22/22. That's a day I'll never forget.
Oh, no, that is crazy. I love it. That's a good story. Now, if some of our listeners are out there and they want to really find out if you look like Michael Epps or not, how would they get a hold of you?
Oh, definitely. So I have my own website, and it's Mike P, as in property, MikePJackson.com. And it has all my contact information on there. And I also have my own YouTube channel, Mike, SELLS, Mike Sells Orlando.
What do you do on the YouTube? Is it X-rated?
Nah, not yet. Not yet. Not till I grow.
I'm trying to help Ty out here. You know.
Oh man, I got you, Ty. I got you. So my real estate channel right now currently consists of real estate, travel, positive, uplifting videos, because I feel like the world is bombarded by negativity. So I want to reverse that trend and put nothing but positivity. And it also focuses a lot on business development, not just with real estate, but career goals in general.
And what's the YouTube tag again?
Yeah, no problem. It's Mike and then Sells, SELLS, Orlando.
Okay. And are there any good cat videos or anything like that on there?
You know what? Now that you mention it, I think I'm going to go ahead and try one.
Put a cat. I mean, if there's nothing like a cat to make you smile.
Yeah, you're right.
Or puppy dogs, and little kids sometimes.
I got to have it.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if it's uplifting, I'm looking for look at that. It's just a little cat. Isn't that sweet? So, Ty, do you have any cat videos you'd like to share?
I don't have any cat videos I like to share, but I do have 2 cats living at the house right now, so I should probably do it if that's a thing.
It's a thing you could do.
Thing, huh?
The things now are like reels and thing. They get in less. So you could try with your cat. Maybe go home selling with the cat. I don't know. Are
you expecting a royalty from this, Melissa?
Not really.
Okay, cool.
No, not at all. So that's Ty Fan, and you can get a hold of him because Ty sells houses and stuff. So Ty, how?
Yeah, you can reach me my website, TySellsFlorida.com. Call text 407-734-1103.
And Josh, you're not left out. Was there more? You want to text or stalk me?
I'm not going to say it, but social media is Ty Fan Realtor.
He's probably never going to say that again. You know that, right? So, Josh Alcindor, how do we get a hold of you, Joshua?
You can call me, text me, 407-860-3087. And I also got a website at buyingwithjosh.com.
You still got your electrician's license?
I'm not actually licensed, but I still do work as an electrician.
Oh, I haven't told you. Okay.
I got access to people with license if I need to get something.
If you need to get that. Okay, just checking. You do air conditioning?
Nope. I know someone.
Yeah, well, we talk after the show. It's only 70 in here right now. All right, so this is Real Estate All-Stars Radio. It's powered by LPT Realty, which is powered by RP Funding. And Robert Palmer has taken everybody under his wing, and he said, you know what, this real estate industry in Central Florida, and for that matter on a nationwide scale, is kind of, messed up. It's foobarred. And he said, yeah, there's some things missing, right? And so he found some ways to put those puzzle pieces together, and he called it LPT Realty. LPT, Listing Power Tools. So y'all get the marketing, right? You've got it all set up. You're not working hard trying to put everything together. It falls together for you. You've got a bunch of people to rely on. Ty, what else is a real selling point for LPT for you?
To be honest with you, it's the training element as well. Over at LPT, whether you're a veteran real estate agent that's been in the market or been in the business for years, or you just got your real estate license, come to LPT because the training is phenomenal. But like kind of like what Melissa said, they help you win listings. And if you're a realtor, you always want to try to win listings, right?
Right.
But the listing power tool, the power box, that's all marketing for your seller that doesn't come out of the seller's pocket or your pocket. LPT provides that. And it's just a great, powerful way to show that you're willing to put the work and market your seller's listing.
Look at that. So how many days do we have of inventory left in Central Florida this moment? Where are we at?
It's very minuscule. We're looking at less than 24 days right now. So if we were to stop selling and listing properties right now, we'll have less than 24 days inventory in.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh wow. That's some pretty steep information right there, folks. I hope you're paying attention. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We've got Mike, Joshua, and Ty. I am Melissa Fox, and you are listening to Real Estate All-Stars Radio, powered by LPT Realty. Weekend here in Central Florida. Keep you up on what's going in the real estate market, as well as what the realty people, the agents, the brokers are thinking and doing in this volatile market we call Central Florida. Ty Fan is with us. Let me try that again. Ty Fan is with us, and Joshua Alcindor, and Mike P for Properties Jackson, also known as Magic Mike in the house. Melissa Fox hosting the show, but we just had some new legislation come down from our great Governor DeSantis, and Ty wants to explain, and I think we're all going to learn a little bit, so pay attention because it's very important. This new first-time home buyer situation. Go on and spell it out for us.
Yeah, so this is Ty over here at TySellsFlorida.com. So I think, Melissa, if you remember last week, we were talking about how the buying power is going to be kind of dampened because of rising real estate costs and rising interest rates, right? And some of that is alluded to because they are not able to afford down payments. Well, Orlando, check this out. This is very exciting, and I'm super happy to be able to tell you this. So as of Monday, Governor DeSantis has given the green light to a Home Hero program. Is a first-time home buyer assistance program that will help you towards your closing costs or down payment for specifically these professionals. It's going to be our first responders, that's including EMTs, firefighters, local law enforcement. It also covers and includes our medical professionals, including nurses, opticians, and optometrists. And of course, what's this country without our amazing educators and teachers? So this first-time home buyer is for you. So this is the breakdown of this brand new first-time home buyer program. It's up to 5% of the listing price with a maximum loan amount of $25,000. Now here's the beautiful thing. This loan is a 0% interest, non-amortization loan, which means that you're not going to be charged interest rate on this potential $25,000 if you choose the max $25,000 amount, and it's not going to be rolled into your monthly mortgage payment. So just be very clear though, this is a non-forgivable loan, so you will have to eventually pay this $25,000 back, but you pay it back at the end of your 30-year note. So that gives you plenty of time to save up, but it also gives you the power to put a down payment and cover closing costs right now.
Wow. And that's a lot of people that are eligible. You want to run that list again? I think it's even ER personnel, like stuff like that.
Yeah, it's all medical professionals. It's law enforcement. It's first responders and wonderful teachers out there. It's actually up to 50 different occupations. So if you actually go to my website, TySellsFlorida.com, I have a blog there, and you can get all the information on there.
And it's called the Heroes.
It's the Home Heroes. I forgot what the actual acronym is.
That's good
Home
enough.
Heroes, yeah, something like that.
So Home Heroes. But again, there's a program for you guys because you deserve it, because you deserve a home, because of everything that you do as a first responder and all of that. All those folks that have done so much.
So much.
Yeah, over the past 3 years at least. It's just been ridiculous. So, Mike, what'd you learn?
I learned a lot. I didn't know none of that, honestly, until like an hour before the show. So that's really good to know. And as realtors, this is proof why you got to stay current, because it shifts, it changes. And for buyers and sellers out there, more particular in this case, buyers, this is also more reason to have a realtor, because once you get into these programs, there's going to be a lot of things that realtors can advise you on. So it's great. It's great information.
Yeah, it really is. So, Josh, are you rethinking the electrician thing, or are you sticking with the real estate?
No, I'm sticking with the real estate.
Okay, fair enough. So, do you think this is a good situation, right, for first-time home buyers?
I didn't realize. I knew about the $25K, but I didn't realize it was the interest free after the end of 30 years.
Right, until the end of 30.
That's
yeah.
wonderful.
I mean, that is a great program. There's a lot going on. I know property taxes are up a little bit and insurance rates are, and it is what it is, but it's not out of proportion for what's going on on a national scale. But I was looking at some stuff saying that our market, that the housing frenzy is over. Is it?
Absolutely not. So this is Ty Selslord.
Everyone's shaking their head no in this radio, boys.
Yeah, this is Ty here. So no, the frenzy is definitely still here, but we are seeing is that there has been a slight increase of inventory and a slight decrease of selling compared to last month. So we can't give you a definite indication that will indicate, oh, it's done. But we'd be very curious to see what happens in the next couple of months to see if this trend continues. Because obviously, if inventory increases and the demand downsides, then that could show a shift in pricing, but we just don't know yet.
Yeah, I also think they may be basing that on the new home sales because the inventory is being stressed because we don't have the supplies, we don't have the products to build them. So when they say that part of the housing industry has dropped 16%, well, of course it has. Because people can't get the construction now, so that has to have dropped.
Right, yeah. The new home by new builds are definitely skewing the numbers quite a bit.
Mike, what kind of properties do you sell? Just residential, or do you do any corporate stuff? Or
Yeah, great question. So I'm pretty diverse. My primary specialty is brand new construction. I work with over hundreds of builders. So for everyone out there listening, understand that even though I am based out of Central Florida, I work with all of Florida. I'm licensed through the entire state of Florida. So brand new homes is my specialty, and I work with builders in Orlando, Miami, Jacksonville, you say it. And if you're out of state, also don't think that I can't be a service, because we have a thing called referrals, and I have people that I know in all 50 states, and believe it or not, have some connections in multiple countries as well. So, but I do a lot of brand new construction and resale.
Really? So, well, you just heard me throw that information out that they said about the new home buyers are dropping. Do you feel that's what's going on? Because, I mean, it's not my industry, it's you.
Yeah, if you ask 10 realtors the same question, you're probably going to get 10 different answers. But for me, from my experience, I do think that the market is starting to become a little bit more normalized due to interest rates increasing. And as long as that continues to increase, people are going to start shifting things, because when it was low just last year, or early part of last year with COVID and everything, we saw some interest rates at 2.75. So sellers were going crazy due to the limited inventory. But now, when the interest rates are starting to creep up over 4.5%, almost up to 5%, now people are starting to say, you know what, I don't have to buy as much because inventory is starting to come back. It's slowing down, so it's going to kind of even the market out. But we'll see how time goes. It's always unpredictable. Today it looks like this, and next thing you know, tomorrow something happens. But that's what we're looking at, the trend right now.
That's Mike P. Jackson.com. Is that right? MikePJackson.com if you want to touch base with Mike. Josh, you're grinning over there. What you thinking about? Yeah.
No, I was just you had me laughing. But yeah, I primarily focus on
me. I'm funny.
Yes.
Funny how? Like a clown? Am I here to amuse you? Huh?
Uh-oh.
Just kidding.
What's your passion over that?
Worst Pesci ever. Okay. No, seriously, Josh. Okay, so Joshua, what's the industry like for you?
I'm more into reselling existing home. I'm trying to get into the new construction homes, but I've been more into the existing homes, dealing with homeowners that need to sell for whatever reason, more so distressed sellers. And normally properties they'll go to any buyer, which would be an investor, most likely.
Oh, so now how do you guys feel about investors? I know most people are like
them.
On both sides. You love them, okay. Yeah. All right, Ty's like, yeah.
I mean, I don't hate them, but
No,
it just really depends on the seller. If I'm representing a seller and they don't mind investors, then I will side with my seller. So
one of those guys.
But I will have to say though, is like I'm starting to see a lot of sellers sell their properties to people that want to live in the properties versus trying to resell them. So that's a good sentiment there. Yeah,
you catching that too, Mike? A lot of people that want to be more personable about the sale.
Yeah, when it comes to investors, I mean, I don't want to generalize investors, because there's so many different types. There's long-term, short-term, then there's different type of personalities. So it really varies on individuals. But I will say this, and I'll make it known, this is coming from me. If you're a low-baller investor and we're listing a property at a price when we did our fair comparables and we're listing it fairly, please do not lowball. I don't like those type of investors. If I list a property at 400, don't come to me with 275.
Just don't even call us.
Why would someone waste theirs and your time?
There's a lot of people that are watching YouTube University, as I call it. They're getting information from different type of sources. They've never done a lot of investing. They don't have a portfolio, or they really think that people are just, I guess, naive to how real estate works. So there are people that will lowball you purposely, and they think that they can get a steal because what they're banking on was in 08, 09, they saw a lot of short sale foreclosures, and they still have not evolved from that era. So once people were kind of lowballing back then with the market taking a hit, they're still in the 2008 mindset in 2022. And I'm sorry, you offer me 200,000 under. I'm not gonna say what I do on the radio, but yeah.
Those short sales, that was an interesting little beast, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So, hey, we'll go around the table real quick. Introduce yourself, how people can get a hold of you, and perhaps we can do that starting out with Mike.
All right, guys. So this is your guy, Mike. My business page is Mike P, as in property, MikePJackson.com, and I also have a YouTube channel, Mike Sells, SELLS. Mike Sells Orlando.
Okay, Ty.
Yeah, Ty Fan with TySalesFlorida.com. Shoot, call me a text, 407-734-1103.
Troll him on social media.
Ty Fan Realtor.
Joshua Alcindor.
Joshua, you can reach me at 407-860-3087 or check me out online at buyingwithjosh.com.
And if you are a real estate agent, or you work for a brokerage, or you are a brokerage, and you'd like more information about LPT Realty, go to lptrealty.com. This is Real Estate All-Stars Radio. We'll be radio every weekend. We do this for you, keeping you up with Central Florida and the real estate industry, as well as those people who actually make it happen. Not the buyers, not the sellers, the real estate agents and brokers. These guys, they know everything. If you think maybe you know more, you're wrong. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Seriously. It's like some guy, I haven't bought a house in 20 years. I got this. Why would you say that? Because you don't got this. Ty and Mike and Joshua, that's what they do 24/7, 365. So they're on top of the industry. And the point that we did this radio show is to find out about it so that you can find yourself a real estate agent. You would never want to do it on your own. Mike, tell them why. No buy for own or 4-buy sell or whatever.
Actually, and that is so true because, there is enough data out there, people, that you can actually research publicly on your own, and you can see the difference of the return of an investment without a realtor versus having a realtor. And the same goes for a buyer. If you're buying a purchase, you could have overspent, or you could have just bought a property and you have more inherited problems because you didn't have a realtor. And guess what, guys? A real estate agent, especially for a buyer, is free. You're not paying the commission. That's coming from the seller or the builder if you're in a brand new. So why not get free advice and expertise?
Wow, that's actually really good information, Mike. I should have paid attention. I'm kidding. I was actually listening to every word. Josh was over there. He's just losing. I don't even know. You find me funny? All right, so Josh, tell me, Joshua Alcindor, tell me why you decided to get on board with LPT Realty.
Because they structure. When I first started in real estate a long time ago, 70% was 70-30 was my split. But I get 70%, the brokers get 30%. And they gave me a little bit of training. Then I found there was other brokers out there give you 100% with no training. You're just like a shark in the water, got to fend for yourself. Then LPT comes along, 100% commission with training and 0 monthly fees. These other companies with 100%, they want you to pay $100 or more a month.
What? Just to be there?
Just to be there. Whether you sell it or not. So LPT was like a dream come true. The training, and there's ground level. That's another thing I like too. So I know in 2-3 years it'll be bigger than what it is now.
Oh, it's already getting
Ronald
huge.
Palmer's behind it. So
Robert.
No.
Yeah, don't call him Ronald. He didn't like that.
All right.
It's Robert. Just call him RP.
RP.
Yeah.
RP.
Yeah. I called him Bobby earlier. No.
Bobby.
You try to be familiar and such. So, Josh, this is like the situation you were actually looking for, but you were told that a couple of 3 situations before that this is what you were going to get, but you didn't get that. And now with LPT, you actually are getting the training.
Exactly.
You got the tools, the marketing. They hunt up the houses for you. They pretty much.
Yeah, it's like
wow.
All you got to focus on the selling. Getting clients, sell. They do a lot of marketing for you. Even the agent outreach, when you do another transaction with another agent, they automatically send that agent referrals to try to join LPT. So
I don't want to scare you, but you're on the radio too.
I am.
I mean,
a good
that's
thing.
crazy.
Yes. Radio, billboards, the magic. That's hey.
It really is. That's pretty good. So now, do you have a team? Are you building a team underneath?
I plan on doing that. Right now, I'm not. That's not my focus now, but I definitely plan on doing it. I'm actually part of Mike's team, actually, but I plan on getting there, start my own team eventually. But right now, I'm just still learning, see how to be a leader.
Revenue sharing when you come on board, or is it a flat rate or something? What do they call that? Two different ways.
Yes, two different ways. You got the rev share, and then you got the builder's builder.
Okay, so the builder's builder, that's pretty cool. You sell a house and you just throw a flat rate back at the company, right?
Yes.
And it's like $500.
Exactly.
That's it. That's crazy.
Beautiful.
Right. And revenue sharing, that's sort of like Mike sells a house. No, you sell a house and Mike gets a dip.
Yeah, it's like owning stocks in a sense.
Nice.
Yeah, so essentially this is Ty or TySalesFlorida.com. So the rev share is 80-20 split, and then you can actually get rev share or percentage of our broker's commission up to 7 levels. So if Mike were to refer me, then Mike would get about a certain percentage of mine. And if I refer someone else, Mike will still get a percentage off that individual's.
Gotcha.
So it's up to 7 levels, and it's a great way to earn residual income.
Now, what would somebody say to you? What would you say to somebody that said, "Hey, it sounds like a multi-level marketing scheme"? Okay.
I mean, I understand at a holistic view, I can see why they would say that, but it goes beyond that, right? So this is the beautiful thing about LPT. We have 2 commission structures and we give you the power to choose. So if your book of business is, you know what, I don't really care about the residual income. I don't care about the 80-20 split. I just want to sell a home and pay you $500 and just be done with it. More power to you. We'll be happy to back you up and still give you the exact same training you would if you're going to 80-20 split. We're not discriminating anybody here, so it's all the power to you. So whether you go 80-20 split or 500 flat rate, we're still going to provide you amazing marketing strategies. We're going to provide you amazing trainings, give you marketing capabilities like being on the radio, going to Amway Center, being on TV.
Y'all have some big throwdowns too. Those rallies are crazy.
The rallies are like parties, but it's so educational, so motivational, it's so influential that we don't even put the pressure on you. Just by going and listening to the presentation, we let the realtors make the decision on their own, and it's usually switching to LPT.
So that is pretty cool. Mike, you agree? That's some good stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to add on to that if you don't mind. So, and everything he said is valid. And just to add on to that, also my response to that is when people talk about an MLM regarding LPT, I'm going to say it like this. You still have to produce. So it's not just a recruiting brokerage, because if that were the case, then how do you get residual income? This is why it's important to study the model in totality and understand what passive income actually is defined as. So it's not just recruiting and then I get a check. That's not how it works. Anybody, as Joshua mentioned, he's on with my team, so I'm a sponsor to him, correct? So if he does a deal, then I will get compensated. Now, keep in mind, in that process, what's the verbiage that's missing is, if someone is new and I bring them onto my team and I'm their sponsor, I'm going to help train them in addition to the mentor program that they selected. So what's unique about LPT that someone might not know of, they're going to say it's just like this brokerage that's out here. They have revenue share, because there's a couple brokers that does revenue share. But here's the difference. Our mentors are salaried. They're not allowed to even do traditional real estate, which means their focus is strictly on the agent that joined. So when that process of that agent learning, as Joshua mentioned earlier, he did receive little to no training. That's not going to be a problem here because mentors are paid salary. So once you join someone's team, not only do you have a mentor program as an option, not a mandate, if you decide to join, but you have a sponsor who's knowledgeable, who's educated and been in leadership. And me coming from a mentor background, I'm able to help provide that. So the work that is missing that I provide, like going on listing presentations or buyer's consultations and being in the mud, in the trenches with my agents, is what I offer. I'm going to get compensated for that labor. So my question is to the people, not with an answer, but my question would be, if you view LPT as an MLM and it's like a scheme, my question is, who works for free?
Word. Okay, so now all of those people out there who now want to work for you and come on board and be sponsored by you, how do they get a hold of you, Mike?
Oh, I'm going to give you my direct cell phone number. If you are interested in becoming with Mike Sales Orlando's team, I have Joshua with here. This is a perfect example. He's working with me, and I call my people business partners, not under me. We work together. We are a business collaboration. So I have Joshua come up here with me because this is how I give back to the agents that I work with. So if you want to reach me, 407-221-7416 is my direct cell phone number. And if you don't have a license and you're interested in pursuing real estate license, we could still talk because it's not too early to do your research. Before I got my license, I did my homework prior. So when I got it, I was prepared. I didn't have to wait to interview brokerages. I was already set. So let's start doing that now. We have rallies every Monday at our office, and reach me. I'm here.
I feel like I have to go to break. I don't know if I can follow that. Mike, that was really good, man. I mean, you obviously researched, what you were going to say. I didn't mean rehearse. That was
That's okay.
Freudian. I meant research, obviously, because it was very well put out there. Even I understood. I was sold. I'm like, I want my license. I'm coming. But take me under your wing, Mike.
Let's go.
Ty, you got a bunch of folks that you've brought in and sponsored as well, or?
Yeah, so I have one, and I have one more coming up, and they're super excited. They come from a huge national broker, same broker that I came from, and I just give them little snippets of what I switch, and they are loving it.
Yeah, I mean, we're not putting down other
Absolutely not.
But there is something for everyone, and if you're really looking to gain in this industry and to do well, and again, you're only as good as your last sale, right?
Yeah.
So this is the place to be, is LPT Realty. I mean, these guys are telling you, I'm telling you, lptrealty.com, if you want to find out for yourself, or Mike P. Jackson, he wants you to work for him. Pretty sure. Right? Josh, you're learning a lot. You are. I mean, already I can see. But I still like the fact that you started out as an electrician. I mean, that's a good trade, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to translate into this industry.
Yes, it do. Housing has to.
Yeah, so I've got aluminum wiring in my house. Is that bad?
If it's going to the service, no.
They won't insure my house. I rent, but they won't insure it. I think now if you have that's aluminum wiring instead.
It's probably because of the panel, not the aluminum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but still will catch fire.
They just recommend it being replaced, but they just technically don't have to, unless the fuse box is a bad old box like Pacific.
Yeah, Pacific stab block. Normally they want them swapped out, but aluminum you should be able to use it unless you got aluminum ran all throughout the house. Then there's an issue. But normally they have service come in, the aluminum and everything else is copper after that.
See, I got them to talk. I did. I knew it was going to be tough. When we come back, we're going to talk about replacing the hot water heater. Oh, you think I'm kidding? I am not. Ty Fan, how do we get a hold of you?
407-734-1103, TySalesFlorida.com.
And Joshua Alcindor.
407-860-3087.
And Mike, I already got all your information. Everybody already has written it down, and they're like getting ready to contact you at any minute. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm just going to say. Yeah.
Yes,
There's a text. We'll be right back.
South Window Solutions. Click WDBO.com. A Cox Media Group station.
Real Estate All-Stars Radio. We also call it Real Estate Radio All-Stars because that is what's going on right now. Got Ty Fan, we got Michael P. Jackson, and Joshua Alcindor. I am Melissa Fox with 2 X's. Please don't disrespect that second X. I'll find you.
I'm not going to say anything.
No, don't, because they keep calling you Tia instead of Ty. So I just.
I went 5 shows without that information coming out in the air. So cool, thanks.
It is. It's really good. But today I had to throw it out there. It just happened. So before the break, we were talking with Joshua. He used to be an electrician, but he found that the real estate industry was calling his name. So he went out there and you could tell the story, but I tell it better. Made myself laugh. I know, right? When I laugh at my own stuff. But no, he found that he was promised a few things when he first got into the industry. Didn't really happen. Didn't get the training. Didn't get what he wanted. And then he heard about LPT Realty from his friend Mike, Magic Mike over here. Who also sort of looks like Mike Epps.
Yep, I do.
He does.
I do. One of my friends tell me that. That's fact.
You do.
I gotta watch some of his shows so I can come up with a skit of my own.
Right, do it. Yeah, don't steal. Unless you're a professional, then you can do. Yeah, amateurs borrow.
Right.
But Josh, so once you got with LPT Realty, you started putting that electrician hat on though too. At the same time, you look at hot water heaters and such like this and say that is not an issue. But now I understand that there's some stuff going on with hot water heaters. Aren't they asking a little bit updating, or there's insurance? I think there's something going on.
It's funny. My sister just had to do that recently. Just olding stuff. A lot of insurance is starting to do that now with not just water heaters. It could be the water heater, AC, certain stuff. They want it more energy efficient, more safe. So they want you to do certain regulations just to make sure you're safe for the most part.
Gives you a break though on insurance, I think, or something. I'm sure it comes back around somehow.
Yes, it helps them with homeowners. Someone with the payments too, depending on insurance payments or whatnot. So and deductibles and all that. So it comes in handy. And it's
so. Do you guys have a home inspector you work with?
Not one personally.
No, not one personally, but okay. But I know you guys are supposed to throw like 3 different options out.
Yes. And to let the homeowner choose.
And let the homeowner choose. Have you run into any situation where you're like, the home inspection's, looking at something and you're like, it's not as bad as you're saying, or opposite? Oh my God.
Well, I've seen some people make things look worse than what they really are.
What? Why?
Sometimes it can just be cosmetic, but you see something, it just look, and it's just rusted or whatnot, or just a minor touch up. Or sometimes you might just need to replace a wire and not even touch the fixture itself. So, yes and no. It all depends. So I would do a thorough, get 2 inspections if I can, just to see if somebody missed something.
Hey, I got an article here I want to share with you guys. Mike's here. We got Ty. Josh was just talking to me. This is very informational. I thought you would like this. It says that the housing boom isn't dead in the water just yet. And then it goes on to say, at least according to Zillow's revised housing forecast. How much weight do we put in that, boys?
None.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, zero.
None at all.
Zilch, nada. Who is Zillow?
I don't know. Well, back in March, they were predicting homes would spike the prices 17%. I mean, that was kind of a given because we came out of the pandemic. And a lot of people went to the work to home situation, and then they realized this home ain't working out. I mean, seriously, Josh, this is what happened. They crammed themselves in this little room that they always was like, it's the office. And then they actually had to use it as an office. And this ain't working. And so they found a little extra money, maybe some stimulus, And next thing you know, they're like, I need a new situation. And they call Mike, and what happened? Everybody got in, didn't they? They got crazy.
They did. And Zillow, I'm not going to down talk it.
It's a good starting point.
Yeah, it is. The general consumer. I had this conversation today because I had a listing appointment today, and I had this conversation with my seller that allowing me to sell his home. By the way, so we talked about Zillow, and I even told him if you just look at their website, they'll tell you their median range of error. And what people don't understand about Zillow is this is actually on their website, so this is not me bashing them. I'm just reiterating. Zillow has assessed value, and that's different from market value. If you don't know the difference between the two, basically market value is what realtors and appraisers would use, and assessed value is what Zillow uses. Zillow will take homes that are pending, homes that are active, and homes sold, and compile this number. The problem with that is, what about homes that are pending? What if they don't sell? What if they go back on the market? Zillow's not quick to update that. We have the MLS as realtors. And in addition to that, what if someone adds a pool when they bought their home? You go on Zillow, you know how many times I have people send me properties from Zillow, and then I'll be like, it's already sold off the market. I had one house, kid you not. The house was sold like 2-3 years ago, and Zillow was still showing it active.
Oh, jeez. Wow, that's up to date. Incredible.
Yeah, so you gotta get with the realtor that has the access to the MLS. And a lot of these sources, Realtor.com, Zillow, they pull from the MLS, and they're not always up to date. So this is why, once again, a realtor is very beneficial to people in search of a home or selling their home.
Yeah, I mean, it's all great to go to Dr. Google, but and especially, Zillow, I mean, they have their purpose.
Yes.
They are a starting point, a jumping point. They will give you an idea, but it certainly is not something you should set your watch to.
Yeah, I always tell my buyers and my sellers to use Zillow as a baseline. I mean, it's a good baseline by all means, but kind of like what Mike said, it doesn't take into account upgrades, doesn't take about, and they're actually doing pending. So when you're going from pending status to final status, they don't include the actual final sales price. So we don't know exactly what the actual price value is.
Right.
So, yep.
So there's a lot of flaws in that math there. So, and how'd your customer handle the fact you were like, yeah, Zillow's BS, okay?
Yeah. What's funny is he referred me to Realtor.com. He's like, well, I actually use this because Zillow is BS. And then I actually showed him some things on Realtor.com that if it's an updated, better version for a starting point than Zillow, it's still not better than MLS. Listen, y'all, we're paying almost $500 a year to have the MLS. We better have top-notch information and up to date, because being a realtor is not cheap. It's definitely managing your money, and we earn every penny that we get. So, he basically said the same thing. He knows Zillow is not the best primary website to do, but it's a starting point, like you said.
Yeah, if he had fought with you, I'd have been like, I can't work with you, man. I can't do it.
Yeah, actually, Mike brought up a good point. Like, we do pay our annual fees for our MLS access, but we are doing manual calculations here. We're pulling comparable properties, and based upon those properties sold. Now, this is not pending. This is not active. This is all sold. We're manually doing, hey, this is probably a good listing price for you. This is a good appraisal price for you. It's not just a number calculation we put in a computer where you're addressing, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Hey.
When we run comparable CMAs, comparative market analysis, that's a lot of things that go into it. So I do that with all of my clients. Most realtors do the same. So this is how we get to the price. The problem is when some sellers, we'll talk about sellers more because this applies to them, when they have this notion of seller's market, right? That definition means most of the time to most people, I can get whatever I want. But what they don't realize is if you list your house, let's say the average market value in your neighborhood is $500,000, but you want $1 million, okay? And you go out there and list it $1 million, you're going to be surprised, but your house will sit on the market longer than 1 million days, I guarantee you.
Oh, all the time, every day.
Wow.
So you got to price it right. And this is why you get an expert who can tell you about the actual comparables, because Realtor.com, Zillow.com, all of those off-brand websites that are not MLS related, they're not going to be able to give you accurate, detailed comparables. They might come, with some things and have some things you can show, but there's houses that are not on there that is not being comped. And I've seen that. I've actually showed my client today about Realtor.com. There was properties in his neighborhood that he couldn't see on Realtor.com because it's not updated. And that's the problem. So when you get with the realtor, we have all the updated properties, and we have more detailed information, like showing information that can, like how much sellers' contributions went to a home. You're not going to find all that out there. So we see a lot more in depth. So that's why it's important to get with a real estate agent.
Yeah, it really is. You can't do this by yourself, people, and nor should you. I mean, that it's not your area of expertise. Why would you want to go out there and either try to sell your home by yourself without any of these marketing tools that LPT Realty can provide to you? I mean, it's just going to sit there. It kills me when I see those tubes on the side for sale by owner, and they got that sheet in there, and you go and you look at it, and it's all drippy and wet because it's
wrong information,
and
too.
the information's all over the place, and they don't even have the right square footage or what's been added on. Nothing,
Yeah, and there's actually a study out there shows that the people that try to do FSBO, for sale by owner, there's a high percentage of them actually end up hiring a realtor afterwards anyways. But at that point, you're kind of behind because it's been on the market, for 30 days, 60 days, been trying to sell your own. And now buyers are wondering, why? Why has it been on the market for 30, 60 days?
No,
Exactly.
For more than 30 years, Certified is the certified difference.
Damages in their home, but yet they'll spend $20,000 and upgrade their kitchen.
Oh, you were talking about my old home, my old landlord right there. They got $500,000 down the corner. He's like, I'm going to get me some of that. Yeah, didn't do a darn thing, and now he's back to trying to rent it out again. So,
Yep.
Good luck. Hey, guys, it's time for us to wrap it up. So for Ty Fan, Michael Pete Jackson, and Joshua Alcindor, I am Melissa Fox. Thank you so much for listening to Real Estate All-Stars Radio. It's time to go. So y'all say, see you later.
It's been good, Orlando. See you later.
Bye. Auf Wiedersehen.
See you later.